Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. So I'm using the Melt Modern Love collection again today for my second look. If you haven't seen that video, I'll just pop a little picture up here so you can see what I did with my first look. So inside you've got your Millennial Pinx palette, and then you've got two gel liners which are absolutely stunning. I used the silver one in the last video and today I'm using the rose gold. You've got your little pamphlet there with the girls doing their promotion. So two different kinds of looks there, and then you've got four glosses. So the first video I used that first colour there, and then today I've used this one here, Johnny Rose. So if you find yourself liking my content along the way, do give me a thumbs up if you can, and subscribe. Just click the subscribe button just below and we'll jump straight into the video. Alright, so I've got my P.Louise in 02 today. And just priming all over my lid. This is the best primer that I've found, and I've used quite a few. Same as always, tapping off my NARS 42 just to smooth out any lumps and bumps that might have on my eyelid. So first up, going into GF, which is a dark grey on a Morphe 507, so a very tiny brush. I'm just going to go into the socket and just above and create a rounded shape. First up, so there's my socket there, so I just want to go just above that as well. Because if you've watched any of my videos, you know I have extremely hooded eyes, so I do have to go up quite high to see this, to be able to see this crease colour. Now I want to bring that onto the lid just a little bit on the outer and inner corners. Just about that much. And then I'm just wiping off that brush on a towel on my desk here and just going around really circular motions, tiny little motions, just on the edge of that colour to blend it very slightly. Just diffuses the edge and just helps to blend with the next colour. Don't forget, ladies with really hooded eyes like myself, just round that out, relax your eyes down and round it out a little, because it does tend to flatten out. Okay, so going in with Flamingo pink, a dusty pink there, on a Morphe 506, which is only slightly bigger than the 507. And I'm just going to go right around that edge there and just pat that pink in. You can see where I run out of space up here. And then I'm going into pink leather, which is a very light pink, beautiful colour. I used it in my first look for this collection. So just popping that in right around the outside of that darker pink. Just blending the darker pink into the lighter pink, so right on the edge of that darker pink colour. And then I'm going in with my NARS 42, and I just want to go right over the edge of that grey where it meets the pink. And I'll go back in shortly and intensify that grey colour. So I'm doing kind of like a push motion, like I'm pushing it and then going back the other way, so backwards and forwards. I'm just going to go back in with that GF colour and intensify that, particularly the inner and the outer corner there. So has anyone got this palette? I just wonder how many people actually know about Melt Cosmetics. they just they've got a great brand. I've got a few of their palettes and a few of their lipsticks as well, which, oh, they're just to die for. I love them. Let me know if you've got it or you're getting it, because it is beautiful. Now if you're in Australia, it costs you a fortune for shipping and conversion to US, but I just had to have that collection. I think it's probably going to be my last palette that I purchased for a while, so I've got a little tiny bit of a stockpile happening, and I just need to stop for a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm addicted to eyeshadow palettes. And I'm just going to go back over the edge very, very lightly again. Alright, so I do want to create a bit of a halo look today, so I am going in and I'm going to clean up this lid here with some micellar water, mainly because I do want to cut this centerpiece of my lid, and I don't want all that black in there. It's just going to make an absolute mess. So I want to try and get as much of that off in that center area as I can. The pointed cotton bud's good because you can get right up there and actually create that shape with it. Alright, so I'm going to cut the halo with the Melt Gel. It's called Prissy, and this one is in rose gold. That's it there. Absolutely stunning colour. Love rose gold on a MAC 242. So I'm just going to grab some out, pop it on my hand, and then saturate the brush and make sure I've got plenty on the tip as well. And I'm going to go in just in the top area here and cut that. This gel is just like mousse, like a chocolate mousse. It's just beautiful to work with, and the colours are gorgeous. Alright, so coming down a little bit of an angle here, and the same here, and then filling in that lid. Now before that dries, I'm going to go in with Rose Punch, which is a very beautiful pinky apricot shimmer, and I'm going to use a MAC 239 and pack that colour on. Got to turn yourself inside out to do this. And just on a Too Faced liner brush, I'm going to use that one to go right up close to that line there, so I get the opacity that I want. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the GF again, the dark grey, on the Morphe 507. And I just want to blend a little bit of that over the rose gold gel liner and the, what's the colour called? Rose Punch. Just pulling backwards basically, and then just doing the same on the inner corner. Alright, I'm going to go in with a little tiny bit of glitter glue just on my finger. I'm just going to tap right down the very centre, and then I'm just going to go into Pink Noise, which is that beautiful shimmer colour there, just on my finger. My finger's still tacky, so I'm just going to go into it with my finger and just right down the centre, just tap that on. And then same again with the Too Faced liner brush. I just want to go right up to that line where I couldn't get it with my finger. Alright, so most of the rest of my makeup's done. I've got some lippy on, which is Anastasia liquid lip, and I'll pop the colour in the description bar for you. So going in with Marc Jacobs Blacker as always in the tight line. And then I'm just going to try and mimic the top lash line. So I'm just going to go in with some black on the outer edge here and on the inner corner. And this is what I mean about Marc Jacobs. You've really got to probably, his best idea is to put it on an angled brush and go in with it, because it smudges. Well, when you're putting it on, it smudges. It doesn't smudge after it's on, but you can see that little mark there that I've got already. And then I'm just going to go just below the lash line. So this time around I'm going to go into the black, which is Euphoria. So I'm going to set that. And then with the Zoeva smudger brush, I'm just going to smudge just a little bit right on the edge of that colour. I'm going to go back in with the Too Faced liner brush and back into that beautiful gel liner. And just pop a little bit in the middle. Oop, bit too much. And a little bit just underneath as well. And then back on that liner brush, I'm just going to go in with Rose Punch, which was that coppery colour there. And I just want to set this. And then on the Morphe 507, I'm going to go back into that pink Flamingo Dream. And just go right underneath everything with that. Alright, so I'm going to pop some MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash on the bottom lash line. Love this for my bottom lashes. Alright, so I'm going to go in with another one. I did a, my last video was a look with the Melt Modern Love collection, and I did use on my lips the Sucker on that one. So I'm going to go in today with Johnny Rose. Oh, just, that is so pretty. So I'm going to pop this on over the top of that Anastasia lipstick. See what we get. It's got little gold flecks in it. Don't forget to wipe it off before you put it back in the tube. Oh, can anybody see those gold flecks? Pretty. And then finally, just a little spray of MAC Fix Plus. Ooh. Okay, so that's my second look with the Modern Love collection. I love that palette. I think there's only one colour in there that I haven't used so far, and it is beautiful as well. I'll show you. It's called Ruby Spa. So it's that one just there. So a pinky red shimmer. And that's the colour there. Oh, so I really love this palette. I think I'm going to get some good use out of that. I really want to use that colour as well, that last colour that I haven't used yet. So guys, if you like my look today, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. Just click on the subscribe button just below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.